How's it digging my shovels? This is Spade here, and today I got a never used here battle that I had a while back against someone by the name of Big Boys 14, and this is actually from the era when Chinchino and Among Us were still in the never used tier. But I just thought it would be a nice change of pace because I've been kind of just posting a lot of OU lately, so figured we'd go down all the way down to NU. And here we have the team preview, and this was like my serious attempt at the time to make a real NU team, but I kind of ended up scrapping it because, yeah, in the end, Chinchino and Among Us were, they were kind of trolled up to the RU tiers, so I couldn't use them, and then I kind of scrapped the team, and I don't even remember if I posted any matches with this team, so I figured, hey, let's do that now, because I found this battle. And yeah, I got a really solid defensive core, and then I got Ludicolo and Chinchino as the main special and physical sweepers respectively. And on my opponent's behalf, the only thing I'm really worried about is that Sog, because it can be a really dangerous Pokemon. If you have played NU, you know Sog can be really dangerous and everybody uses it. Especially now that Chinchino is gone, more than ever before. So, anyways, leads. I'm gonna lead with my Among Us, because I was like, hey, let's just put something to sleep with Spore, go from there, but he leads with Electrode, and he does pack the taunt, so he's gonna be able to shut me down, and it actually turns out he's running Life Orb Electrode, so that's just fine. I get a little bit of damage to him, and you know, I do have the regenerator, so there's that. It's not like I'm losing any health here. And on top of that, I get a critical hit on the Regice, not like it really matters, because it's a freaking Regice. And I can't stay in here, so just gonna switch out because I'm taunted, and he's most likely gonna Ice Beam, although he does predict like some sort of switch as he goes for the Thunder Wave on my Miltank, but that is just fine because I do pack Heal Bell on my Miltank. But now the first priority is, of course, to set up those nice Stealth Rocks as he switches out and goes into his Golurk, and I am running the Thick Fat ability. Not Scrappy, so I can't touch this thing, so I need to switch out, and he knows that, so he's gonna go for, or at least try to go for the sub, and he does get off his free sub as I switch into my Among Us again, and I'm just gonna go for the Giga Drain just to get some health back and break the sub, and then basically be in a good spot to go on. And yeah, he really can't do too much. Shadow Punch doesn't really do anything, and I guess he should have gone for the Earthquake to do a bit more damage, but I still do have the regenerator, so it is just fine. I'm walling him so far really well, but anyways, just decided to go for the safe Giga Drain again as he switches out and goes into his Regice, and really can't stay in, so what I decided to do is just go into Miltank again, because I was like, hey, I can pretty much wall this thing, and I guess I could get off the Heal Bell, but he actually reveals that he has Rest, and we haven't seen leftovers from this thing before, so it is actually a Resto Gesto Regice, which I honestly haven't seen too much, but then again, I never really played, never used tiers, so there is that. But yeah, just gonna get off that Heal Bell right now before the Parahax becomes a problem, and yeah, he's gonna go back into his Golurk and be able to set up that free sub again, but then again, I still do have that Among Us, and actually now he doesn't even bother with the free sub, and he actually just goes for the unprotected Focus Punch, but it does like diddly to my Among Us. And by the way, if you get the nickname on this Among Us, leave a comment below and you will get an interwebs cookie. But anyways, moving on, I decided I'm gonna predict him to switch out this time and just go for the Spore and put something to sleep, and he actually goes into his Electrode. I'm not really sure why, because he, well, I guess he could have hidden Power Eyes or something, but, you know, it's not like even that would do too much to me. And end up getting a crit here, which I guess slightly matters, but there will be some payback hacks later on, so there's that. But for now, he still stays asleep, so I get to knock him out with the Clear Smog, because I was like, hey, that will take him out, and in case he switches out into like Tangela, you know, there's that. But his bad luck still continues, but things are about to turn quite soon, as he goes into Tangela and misses that Sleep Powder, and I get to put him to sleep with my Spore, because that never misses. So that is quite nice, and I decided I'm gonna go into Ludicolo and try to pull off a little mini sweep here, possibly, and I'm gonna go for the Rain Dance, and then I'm going to proceed to knock him out with the Life Orb and I do believe Modest Nature Ice Beam. And Tangela is not really known for its special defense, so easily knock him out. And now he's gonna go into his Regice, and I was kind of hopeful at least to do a lot of damage with Hydro Pump in the rain, but unfortunately I do miss. And he's gonna be able to cripple me with the Thunder Wave, and then I decided, hey, let's just go back into Miltank so I can get off that Heal Bell, but then my Miltank gets frozen, of course. The one thing that is supposed to prevent my team from getting any kind of status gets frozen, and now this is a real problem because, you know, Ludicolo was about to do some sweeping, and now it's freaking paralyzed, and now Miltank is frozen, and I really can't do anything. And he goes into his sock, and so I decided, hey, need to get out of here. I still need to keep Miltank for later on to try to get off that Heal Bell if I just can. So yeah, I just went into my Misdreavus, and he just went for the Stone Edge, knowing that I would most likely switch out, but Misdreavus still takes the hit really well, and my bad luck continues as I miss my Will-O-Wisp. Not like that really mattered too much, because, you know, his Regice has no physical attacks, and it also has rest, so yeah, not a biggie. And we move on, and I try to wake up with my Miltank again, but it's not really looking like it's gonna happen anytime soon, but I'm still gonna try my best to do so. But in the meanwhile, he is able to go into his Golurk and set up that free sub again as I switch out and just go into my Amoonguss. And I'm just gonna speed up this part because it's kind of stall his action with this Golurk here, and yeah, just gonna go for the Giga Drain, break his sub, and on this following turn I decided to predict him to switch out because he has really no business to stay in, and he switched out earlier, but this time he's predicting me to go for the Spore, so he actually goes for the sub, and it works in his favor. And yeah, he gets a free sub as I go for the Giga Drain, and now it's looking, well, kinda iffy. I could potentially live the next hit, but I decided I'm just gonna switch out, make the safe move, and go into my Alamamola as he just goes for the sub, and then he's gonna go for the unprotected Focus Punch, but it still does like nothing because this big Love Disc who switches out, and yeah, now I just decided to just go for the Wish, and I don't have any attacks on that big Love Disc, so I just needed to switch out and make a Wish, go back into Amoonguss, and then just basically start this whole thing from scratch because I kinda screwed up with my sporing shenanigans. But anyways, finally he switches out and goes into his Regice again as I go for the Giga Drain. But of course that is not going to be enough to knock him out, and he's going to be able to get all that HP back with his rest. But that is still just fine because that Regice is not really doing anything to my team, and in the meanwhile I do get another opportunity to try and thaw out with my Miltank, so that is what I'm going to proceed to do as he goes for that rest, and he already wasted his Chesto Berry, so that's just fine. He's going to be sleeping for at least a couple of turns now. And so, just going to try and go for the Heal Bell again, and I actually do finally thaw out, so that is great. So I get to use my Miltank and my Ludicolo later on, who is no longer paralyzed, but he is able to go, however, into his Golurk again, and I still can't touch this thing, so I need to switch out, and I'm just gonna do what I've been doing this whole time, and go back into my Amoonguss, and the Regenerator is definitely working out really nicely, and Amoonguss and Alamamola at the time, oh man, there was such a nuisance Regenerator core in the NU tier, and in a way it's a good thing that Amoonguss went up to the RU tier where it's actually doing pretty decently. But anyways, moving on, yeah, the subbing and the earthquaking and the Giga Draining continues, and the lefties and the shenanigans and the after-turn effects and everything. But finally he decides to go for the earthquake as I get to hit him with a Giga Drain without him having a sub up, but of course he still lives that with 4 hit points. So I'm still not able to knock him out, and now, right now, even after lefties, I'm still kinda in a range where he might be able to knock me out, so I figured I might as well get my Regenerator going on once again and just go in big Love Disc, because I can definitely wall him, because this is more physically defensive big Love Disc, and that Amoonguss, I believe that was a bit more specially defensive, so that's why it wasn't really taking those hits too well from this Golurk. But big Love Disc can definitely do the job, and now that he's so low on HP, he cannot make a sub, and that means I can now Toxic him, which I couldn't do earlier because he was able to set up a sub on me. But yeah, just gonna go for that Toxic and then just troll him a bit and go for that Soak, so that he will lose his same type attack bonus Stab, meaning that this Earthquake is not really going to be doing too much. And so I just Soak him, and then I'm just gonna continue being a troll, because that is what Big Lobbies does, and I'm just gonna go for the Protect as he tries to go for an unprotected Focus Punch, but that is of course going to fail because of my Protect, and so I'm just gonna stall out this Golurk, and it's gonna go down this turn, and we are going to move on. And Among Us and Alamamola are super annoying. That's kind of a recurring theme in this match. But anyways, in comes Sock, and I just decided I'm gonna go back into my Among Us. He's most likely just going to go for the CC, and so I will get to resist that move first of all, and then just put something to sleep again with the Spore. And that is in fact what he does. He goes for the close combat, and at this point he just, I guess, decides to stay in for whatever reason, because well, basically he doesn't really have too much going on for himself at this point, because something needs to go to sleep anyways. So I guess he thought he might as well leave his Sock in, because this Regenerator Core and Misdreavers have been kind of walling this Sock, and he's not really been able to do too much. And I'm guessing by the damage he is a Scarf Sock, so I don't really need to worry about a Bandit Sock, which probably would have been a bigger problem to the Regenerator Core. But yeah, just gonna go for the Giga Drains and knock him out, and with the special defense drops, easily able to do so and knock out this Sock, and now he's gonna go into his own Meal Tank. Now I'm guessing he didn't have the Heal Bell, because otherwise he could have used that with his Meal Tank. And so I'm just gonna go for the Spore. He goes for the Body Slam, and it doesn't really do too much because obviously he's a defensive Meal Tank. And I decided I'm just gonna switch out and try to finish this match off with my Chinchino, because Chinchino is kind of OP, and it was basically able to hit KO the entire NU metagame. And even though Meal Tank is known for its bulk, it is bulky, physically defensive usually, but even though as defensive as Meal Tank is, a Life Orb Chinchino, even though I believe this is a Jolly Nature one, is able to two-hit KO him. And he is going to be able to get off a Body Slam, but that is not going to be able to do enough. It's going to be a two-hit KO, and I'm just going to be able to go for another Tail Slap, and it is a solid two-hit KO, even without any crits. And I am able to knock him out, and then his last Pokemon will be the Regice. And just gonna go for the super effective Rock Blast, and he is still asleep, so there's nothing this Regice is doing to me, so I'm just gonna knock him out with those Rock Blasts, and that will be the game! And so, that will be the match for today, and I know this battle was kinda meh, but just lately haven't been really too much into Wi-Fi battling, and also I saw on the last Wi-Fi battle people were requesting that I should post more Wi-Fi battles, but that's kind of the whole deal, because, you know, I've been doing Gen 5 battles for like, what, 3 years now? So you may see that things are kind of getting stale, because, you know, the whole thing with playing the same game for like 3 years now. There was Pokemon Black and White 2, which was a nice upgrade of things, but still, it's the same 5th gen meta that I've been playing for like 3 years now. So, kind of just haven't been too much into it, honestly, for like the past half a year or so. And, you know I've addressed this, you know, in the past, in some of my previous uploads, but, you know, a lot of people were requesting, so I thought I might as well talk about it a bit right now. Even though usually those people who are just mindlessly requesting things don't really listen to what I have to ramble at the end of the battle, because it's not a battle, so why would you listen to it? So there's that. But maybe there's, you know, one person who is wondering and who is still listening. So there is your answer. And, you know, Generation 6 is coming. So who really cares about Gen 5 anymore? Because that is where the shite is at. Generation 6. And that was kind of like the last straw that, like, in a way killed 5th gen for me. Because those games look freaking sick. And you compare that to the 5th gen, that is also getting, like, real stale. And with the fact that I've been playing for, like, 3 years now, and those games look freaking sick. You know, not that interested anymore in Generation 5. Even though I love it, but you know, you get the idea, because I bet you guys, how many of you have been playing some same game for like 3 years? Probably in some point you kind of get just bored of it. So that's what is kind of going on at the moment. And also the thing is, like, Smoke and Battle Finder, where I usually get my Wi-Fi battles, hasn't been up for the longest of time, so it's been kind of a nuisance just even trying to get some battles going on. But I do still have like a little bunch backed up, so that's what I'm going to be posting, I guess, for the rest of the time, for the rest of the Generation 5. So there is that. And also on this note, I guess I could address another topic, which I've been kind of meaning to get out, but you know, with the Generation 6 coming out, I guess some of you are hoping that I'm going to be posting Generation 6 Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battles, but the thing is, I do not have a capture device for a 3DS, because there aren't really too many out. And I was just checking, there is one, like, I know there's like a place in the United States where you can get your 3DS modded, but that's kind of an inconvenient thing for me, because I kind of live in the other side of the world, so I would have to like send a 3DS like to the United States, and also it costs a lot of money. And now I was also checking, there is like some sort of German site, I believe, who can mod your 3DS, but then I would have to send it to Germany, and that would still be super expensive. And on top of that, you know, they are sold out for the time being, and they will pretty much continue to be sold out, because, you know, there is a high demand for 3DS capture devices at this time, and you know, they will continue to sell out whenever they get more. So yeah, the issue is that I don't have a capture device, so therefore there's not really going to be Wi-Fi battles, which is kind of unfortunate, because I would like to post Generation 6 battles, but I don't have the means to do so. So right now I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing with Generation 6. I'm sure whenever Showdown will update to Generation 6, I will do some battles there, and maybe I'll post some other kind of content if I come up with something. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to be happening to my channel, because now that I can't really post Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battles, which is, you know, the Wi-Fi battles have always kind of been the main thing on my channel, and now if I can't post Wi-Fi battles, you know, that's, you know, my channel at the moment honestly isn't doing too good. I don't really care, I just do the games I like to play, and those of you enjoy them, you know, can watch them. I don't really care, but, you know, still, Wi-Fi battle is kind of a main thing, and if I can't post them, that definitely kind of means that my channel is kind of most likely going to die out unless something really special happens. So I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm going to do, because yeah, the deal is, like I said, I don't have the means to record Generation 6 by any means, so I can't do them. I guess I could use some sort of potato to record, and I do have like a Canon's HD camera to shoot them, but it's still a potato, and using outside camera to record a 3DS screen, don't want to do that, at least on, and I'm not gonna do that on like a main basis, because yeah, I kind of get disgusted by it myself, so I don't really want to have that to be a main thing, and that will also not interest most of the people, because everybody at this point wants to see high quality battles. So at this point, you know, I've had this channel for like 4 years, so going back to using a potato to record is not really an option. So just saying, putting it out there that I'm at this time I'm kind of clueless of what I'm going to do with Generation 6. So there is that. Just kind of felt, you know, letting you guys know about that, and maybe you know, let me know what you think, and what should I do, and what can I do, and if you have any ideas. But yeah, I think I kind of just rambled everything I had to ramble about, and this rambling kind of went on and on, but that's how it usually tends to go. but yeah, that's why I usually ramble at the end of the battle, because otherwise if I would do this at the beginning, you know, that would be kind of horrible, would it not? And because some people just want to get straight to the battle. But anyways, I'm rambling about the things that I'm rambling at the end that I should not be rambling at the beginning, because that's what I ramble at the end. So, thank you for watching. Hope you guys, some of you at least listened to what I had to say, because it was semi-important stuff still. So yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is TheFlamingSpade signing out. Peace!